Hey guys, welcome back to the Hillcrest project part 5. As you can see here, our next step was to start installing the trim. We decided to go with a gray painted trim for this house. Normally we use a white painted trim, but this is our first time going with a gray. She decided she wanted to go with something a little different on this house, and I actually kind of like it. I think it turned out pretty nice. I think it won't show the dirt quite as much as a white trim, and it really gives a nice contrast up against the white doors and walls. We went with a 3 1/4 inch colonial casing and a 4 1/4 or 4 1/2 inch base trim. I'm not sure what the profile is called on this, but it's pretty similar to a colonial look. Bay window was an interesting project. I'd never installed a bay window trim before, so a little bit of a learning curve for me. I ended up using a plywood for the top and the bottom because it was like 18 inches wide, I think, and you can't get one bys that wide, and even if you could, they would warp. So the plywood worked out pretty well. Tiffany stained them and polyurethane them to match the other windows. I had to call in my muscles to help hold this top piece. Must have been bowed a little bit. After I finished hanging the trim, Tiffany come in with spackling and touched up all the nail holes and all the joint, and then give it the final coat of gray paint, while singing along with some good old George Jones. After I was done hanging the trim, the next project was finishing out the kitchen cabinets. We had to special order this bar tops, so it took a little while for it to come in. Okay, I've got my strips all applied, so got my helper here. We're going to flip this around and set it on the bar. It's kind of important to make sure these screws aren't too long here. I'd hate to have to order a new bar top. Okay, 7 more to go. So the regular countertop was actually an in-stock item at Menards. Obviously, if we special ordered it, we could have gotten it ordered to size with all the end caps applied and wouldn't have had to cut it, but it saved us quite a bit of money by just buying an in-stock countertop, cutting it and putting the end caps on ourselves. It's not that hard to do, really, so saved us a little bit of money for sure. After I got all my countertops put in place and screwed down, the next project was to install this kitchen sink. We decided to put the sink in the island. Just the way the kitchen layout worked out, it worked good to put the sink in the island. Also, where this sink is, you can actually see out the side window. We went with an acrylic gray sink. I think it blended in pretty well with the gray trim and a lot of the grays that we had going on this house. And finally, some crown molding. I always enjoy doing the crown molding. I feel like it really finishes out the kitchen cabinets, kind of dresses them up a little bit. After I finished the crown molding, Tiffany came in and installed all the poles on the doors and the drawers in this kitchen. She's gotten pretty good at that, really. She's done our last few kitchens. She even drills the holes and everything, so it sure is nice to have a wife that uses power tools. Next, I started on the backsplash. For this project, she went with the American Olean Cloud White Linear Random Mosaic glass and stone backsplash. And then we used a gray grout on it. I think I said that right. So I think we might have bought this at Lowe's, but I'm not sure. It was either Lowe's, Menards, or Home Depot, one of the three. With the installation of the grout here, that almost concludes this kitchen project. But there is one cool feature that we will do in the next video, so be sure to stay tuned for that. That'll be it for this episode, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.